calling. We're calling. He's actually guiding at the moment. He's currently on the river, and he asked his group that he's with if they didn't mind if he took a phone call.
Hello?
Hello, Michael?
Yes.
Michael, how you doing? This is Paul, Outsider Tackle Box radio show and podcast. I got my good buddies Tommy and Felix in the studio. Say hi, fellas.
What's going on, Mike?
Hey, Mike.
How you guys doing?
I'm doing all right. It's not a bad morning, other than sitting next to this idiot, but it's all right. I'm doing okay.
You must be talking about Felix.
I'm actually talking about both of you guys.
Oh, okay.
That's okay.
I'm the meat and the moron sandwich.
Well, welcome to the show. We're spreading happiness to the world through the joys of fishing. Michael Baden is owner, operator of Chrome Obsessions Fishing Guide Service out of Oregon. So we're going to hear from him about, whatever he wants to tell us about how he started the company and what he's doing. He's actually currently on the water.
Nice.
With the group, so thank you very much for taking time out of your morning. And we won't keep you too long, but you did send in a photo. Thank you very much for sending that in. We do want to know about that photo, so tell us the story behind that. And the format is just let us know what you use as bait. Or, go ahead, Tommy, because I forgot. I seem to have ruined that.
You did. You totally
right now.
Today's format is blah. Anyway, the format is, where you were fishing, what you were fishing with, and how big the fish was. You can tell us the truth. You can lie to us. We're not going to know any different. But, I mean, it's just, it's just a way for you to kind of explain the story. You can kind of hype the numbers up or hype the location up. Or it's up to you.
Yeah, no, well, absolutely. I mean, if you see those are easy 75-pound fish. I mean, just right off the bat, they're easy. Yeah, now, so those fish were about 10 to 15 pounds. They were caught on the Salmon River, which is by Lincoln City, Oregon. That was one of the guys that I took out. On on that particular trip, there's really only two ways to salmon fish here in Oregon. One is trolling on the bigger boats, and you're going about 3 miles an hour, and it's pretty fun. You sit back, you go about 3 miles an hour, sit back, relax until your rod hits the water. Then you reel in the fish, which it can be a really interesting and good time if you get some real good people out there. You get some real good stories, and it's a great time. I prefer a little bit smaller rivers. On the smaller rivers, we're using a bobber setup, and with that bobber setup, it's a sliding bobber. And it's mostly bait fishing, especially for the salmon. We use like the eggs and the sand shrimp and tuna belly all mixed together.
Nice. Okay.
So it's a good time.
We used to have a salmon box, and I'm a big fan of salmon. And my brother lives in Oregon, Pacific Northwest. My brothers have moved around, and I still have not caught a salmon, which is no surprise to the people here in the studio.
You haven't caught a fish.
But I'm
surprised you caught a cold.
I'm such a fan of salmon fishing. I wanted to put a box together, but I was using spoons and salmon eggs and pretty much plastic. I would try anything, plastics. But I'd like to hear. Is plastic something that you can use for salmon fishing? Is that pretty common? Does it work? Or let's hear from the expert.
So the plastics occasionally work. I have caught some fish off of. They're called the soft beads. I don't know if you're familiar with them or not.
Yeah,
I've got a few off the soft beads. I did last year. I was out trolling on the Siletz River with the girlfriend, and it was a super slow day. Everybody was using, the exact same thing. They, using a flasher and then a spinner on the Siletz, and we decided to switch it up just a tiny bit. I actually threw on a pink worm the trailer of the spinner, and she hooked a monster. I mean, absolute monster, and it did break her off.
Okay,
nice.
so
But it will occasionally work.
put it on the back of a spinner. I've never tried that.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
Nice. But no, that's awesome. Now, whereabouts in Oregon are you at?
So I live in Salem.
Okay.
I go to Lincoln City. The Lincoln City Tillamook area is generally where I do all my my fishing at.
Oh, okay. All right, nice. Yeah, I have my brother-in-law lives out in like Eugene. That's why I was just trying to. I think we're going to try to plan a trip up that way, and so I was trying to figure out when and where is the best fishing area. So,
Tell us a little bit about.
So for
go for it.
no, for it depends on where you want to fish. If you want to fish the Big River, it's like the early, the end of April, early May. If you're looking for coastal stuff, it's anytime in May.
okay,
May.
June would be the best times.
nice.
All right. So it's coming up. Let's
That's
plan
coming
a
up.
trip, and we'll go
Well, I know-
see
Very quickly.
I know
Michael Baden,
Yeah.
owner of Chrome Obsessions
Yeah.
Fishing Guide Service. So
'Cause
tell us about your guide service. When did you start that? How do we find you? Do you have social media, webpage? Let's tell everybody listening to the show
Let's find you.
that wants to travel and take a fishing trip, how they could find Chrome Obsession Fishing Guide Service.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm everywhere. I do have a website, chromeobsessions.com. I'm also on Instagram. I'm not just started playing around with the Instagram stuff. Very big on the Facebook.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm huge over there. Like I said, just getting started on the Instagram. But yeah, no, I'm pretty easy to find. If you type in salmon fishing, I'm one of the top guys that come in. Of course, if you just type in Chrome Obsessions, you're going to find me real easy.
That's that's kind of how I found your social media page. Interesting story how I
think it
got
was just-
introduced
you
to
were just stalking.
Michael Baden. I was actually talking to his girlfriend for help with phone service, what I was doing, and then she mentioned that Michael was a fishing guide,
Nice.
and I said, I love
Well,
fishing. Let's get him on the show.
The world is connected through, fishing. I mean, to be honest, like I haven't really met too many bad people where you're like, oh yeah, that guy's a fisherman, and you're like, oh cool, you guys become pretty close pretty quick. I mean, there's very rare instances where you come across somebody and you're like, that guy's a jerk.
That's true. Well,
Yeah.
let's go to Oregon, plan a trip. That's somewhere we actually drive. I sleep most of the way, but we do take
last summer
trips.
we were up
to
in
fish.
Hermiston, and we went up there to fish the Columbia River, and we were sturgeon fishing, and that was a lot of fun. We had we have
caught a fish.
yeah he did. He caught a shad.
Caught bait.
Yes, I do.
Oh,
Caught
nice.
bait. But no, we went up there, and we have a beer sponsor up that way, which is Ordnance Brewing, and them and another friend of ours had invited us up there, and that was a lot of fun. That was a fun trip. Other than the drive was great. Paul fell asleep most of the time, which was even better. We didn't have to deal with that too much, but it was a fun trip.
Well, Michael
So let's
is
do it again.
is on the water. We don't want to take time away from his fishing group, but feel
No.
free to share your photos on our social media page from Facebook or Instagram. Tag us in it, or just share it directly to our page, so we can get some more followers.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know.
And
but,
actually,
we love
anybody that's on your guide service today, I mean, if they catch anything and they want to be on the show too, I mean, they are more than welcome to post their picture and give us a whole rundown of how everything went and how much they enjoyed your guide service, and I would love to hear that. So,
Yeah, that would be great.
Awesome.
Offline, send us your address. We'll send you some free stuff for being on the show.
Paul will send you an autographed picture of himself.
I will not.
I'm just
do
joking.
that.
He's like, thinking of you, Paul. No, just joking.
Wow.
We have Tommy on the show just so people could make fun of him.
Yeah,
sometimes.
pretty much. Yeah,
but we appreciate
it works. It works.
He does have a recognizable face and figure. He's very circular, and so people
spherical. I'm like a
recognize
lava
him.
lamp. I'm just an amoeba of shapes.
For those of you listening, we're talking to Michael Baden, owner-operator of Chrome Obsessions Fishing out of Oregon.
Yep.
It's a guide service. Check him out. He's got social media, Facebook and Instagram. ChromeObsessions.com is where you would find his service. And so reach out to him, book a trip. And you're welcome back anytime to come on the show. We appreciate you coming on during your actual guide. He's out on the water. So we'll let you get back to that. But from all of us here at Outsider Tackle Box Radio Show and Podcast, Tight Lines.
Tight lines, fish more, bud.
Hey, thank you guys very much. Have a great day, all right?
You too, man. Be safe out there. Have a great time.
Thanks, Michael.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay, bye.